So we are back live. You can now see a screen, and you can also see a live feed from our camera. This is the Tube Inspect 8.2 we have here available today, which we're going to use for the measurement. How do we start? We always start with our Tube Optimizer software. We will start a new project. We will name this one Pendulum. Here we load in the target product, which mostly likely the engineering department has come up with. We enter a tool-specific start and end length. These are the lengths we need to make the manufacturability of the part on the machine. If the IGES file already contains straight start and end sections, the Tube Optimizer will consider that as well. So the Tube Optimizer will now create the IGES file, which is comparable to the one we just saw on the slide. Here we see this green part, which is the straight section we need at the beginning. And here we see a red section, which is the section we need at the end for manufacturability. And what's interesting now is that this blue curvature is actually the product we want to have. And is also the only section which is considered by the Tube Optimizer. So for optimizing suspects, only the green and the red are ignored and only the blue is considered. If we now switch over here to our Explorer, maybe you saw it already. Tube Optimizer has made me a new folder. In this folder, there is now a new IGES file, which is called Pendulum Overlength Added. This one is the one which also considers the straight start and end length. I will now copy this IGES file to my machine, and then I will pick it up again at the machine. I'll make the video screen taller so you can have a look around, and we're going to produce the first uncorrected part. So I'll wait a minute until the camera is in place. Okay. So we're now going to our Freeform Manager software, where I can easily import the IGES file just created by our Tube Optimizer software. I could run a simulation on our Freeform Manager to see if there are any collisions with the vendor machine, or if the tube has any issues with manufacturability. I will skip that phase for now because we have already done that for this project, of course. Okay. Then from that we create a new CNC program for our bender. I now switch over to our bender software and load in the file we just made. And we're going to create now the first part. So I will take a tube and load it into the machine. There we go. Let's take out the product. And we go over to our Tube Inspect. I'll wait for a moment for the camera to be installed again. Okay, so we place the tube into the Tube Inspect. I will now make the video screen smaller again. We switch to the Bending Studio software, where we do an inspection, so a measurement of the tube itself. It has recognized the tube, and it will now compare it with the original IGES. You can already see now that there's a lot of deviation to the part. Now on the background, the Bending Studio has created an OBC file, which I can load again into my Tube Optimizer. And here we can see the measurement results as well. So as I just explained, we have this red section and this green section, which are ignored for the correction run. And we see here deviations of 16 up to 20 millimeters for the first product. I will start now the automatic optimization. This takes a few minutes, which maybe for a webinar is a little bit long. But yeah, consider the alternatives. When you have such high deviations to your product, consider to what you would like to have. You will probably start to redoing your radius table. Your radius table is your basis for production. Then you redo the part and have maybe accuracy of 4 or 5 millimeters left. And then it comes to your craftsmanship on how fast can you create the tube within the tolerance you want to have. This most likely will take you minimum 10 up to maybe even 50 trial and errors before you have the tube within the tolerance you would like to have. So it's a very time-consuming element, and it also takes a lot of material. So we have to wait a little bit more until the tube optimizer is ready. What we will see then here in our Explorer as well is that a new file will here appear. So bear with me for a moment. There we go. So we now have this pendulum-1, which is the corrected file which comes out of the tube optimizer. I will copy this file also to my machine. Then we go over to the machine again. I will make the video screen large so you can have a look with me. I go back into our freeform manager software. I import this new IGES file just created by the system. I create a new CNC program. I go back to our machine operating system. I refresh the program and also start it again. So now I will place the second tube into our bender. And we will now produce the corrected part. So we go again back to the tube inspect. Wait a bit for the camera again. Okay, so I take out the old one. Put in the corrected version. Now we go back to the bending studio. We do a new measurement. You can already see in this vision that the tube has increased in accuracy a lot, but we switch back to the tube optimizer to have an accurate view. Because as I explained, the green and the red zone will be ignored. As you can see, the green goes still out by 10 millimeters, but this part will be cut off anyway. So only the blue section is of interest. And there the accuracy goes here a little bit above a millimeter. And as an average, right on the spot compared to the 20 millimeters deviation we had in the first instance. And this is really how easy you can do automated correction with our tube optimizer software. So I thank you for your attention, and I'll give the microphone back to Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, Roel, thank you very much. Great demonstration. So I hope that all of you have seen that with this technology, you will not only be ready for the future, you will be leading the way. I'd like to thank Roel for his demo, and of course, I'd like to thank Gunther as well. And obviously, we thank you, all of you, for attending the webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us if you've not already done that in the chat section. As I said in the beginning, this webinar is also recorded, so if you'd like to have the recording, please let us know and we share it with you. Wish you all a great day, and thank you very much for your attention.